Hi everyone, welcome to KoreanChamp.com. Today we're here on the bustling sidewalks of Seoul, and before I tell you where it is we're going to explore, I'd like you to make a couple of guesses. First of all, the meaning of this place in Korean is south of the river, and it's the heart, or considered the heart, of the new neighborhoods in Seoul. Still don't know? I'll give you another hint. And the final hint, it was relatively unknown until the singer Psy made it world famous when his video about the district garnered more than, I think, 1.5 billion views and became the most successful YouTube video of all time. That's right, it's Gangnam style. Or no, Gangnam. And today, we've got a friend who's gonna help us look around the district and learn some expressions related to the streets of Gangnam. Ben, take the stage. Round of applause for my buddy Ben. Round of applause. A smattering of thank you. Thank you. Take a bow. There you go. All right. So, are you an expert at Gangnam style?
No, I'm a bit rusty.
That's all you got?
I'm a bit rusty.
That half-ass slipshod expression, that in Korean is 대충. So, that's important to know. Half-ass Gangnam style.
Half-ass.
There you go.
Very.
Very good. So how's your Korean
Well, it could be a lot better.
Could be a lot better?
Yeah.
Ben is a man of many names. One is Ben the Baler, because he's always bailing out on our plans. But another one is the king of nouns, because he is an expert on nouns in Korean. Not so much ask him to put a sentence together and you're screwed. That's not going to happen. But he does know a lot of nouns.
Yeah.
But how about Gangnam? You know what Gangnam means?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
South of the river.
Exactly. So Gang in Korean, and actually we learned this a little bit in the first installment of the series. We learned words for smaller rivers like stream, which was Dorang, or Hachon, which is like a creek. But the word for a broader river is Gang, and south is
Nam.
You know the other directions? You know the cardinal directions? Go for it. Don't want to. It's like a little iffy on those.
Book
there you go.
North.
Buk is north. East.
Dong.
All right. Okay.
East.
And you're almost there. You're this close, man. This close. It's the past tense of see in English is
So.
right. So Hocho is west. All right. You're pretty good. See, that's why they call him the king of nouns. All right, let's start walking around and we'll check out the sights of Gangnam. All right, let's make our move. Okay, so an important phrase to know in Korean is the word for crowd, which is 군중. So 군중, there's another expression too, which is inpa, which literally means, if you look at the Chinese characters, a wave of people. That's important to know. And the word for bustling, like bustling streets, is 붐벼. So 붐비는 도로. 붐비는 도도 means a bustling sidewalk. Okay, so on this particular intersection, there are two bakeries, both of the most famous bakeries or biggest brand name bakeries in Korea. The one over there, as you can see, we would read Paris baguette in English, but Koreans pronounce it more like Parisians do, which is Paris baguette. And then on this side, also written in French, hold on a second, okay. Also written in French is another one. Now the word for bread in Korean is bang, and bang is a little bit tough because that particular sound is called a double consonant, and Korean has a lot of those. Okay, so one of the types of businesses you'll see a lot along the streets of Gangnam are Hagwons. And people who've lived in Korea for a while all use that word just like they can speak Korean. We all say, oh, I'll meet you at the Hagwon, or when are you going to Hagwon? But the original meaning of it is a private school for learning. So you would enroll there, for example, and you would pay a month in advance, and then you could learn Japanese. Most people learn English. You can also learn Chinese, but those places are called Hagwon. So Hagwon, this is a mecca, a hot spot for Hagwons. Do you know how to say traffic light in Korean?
Shinho.
That's
Shinho.
right. I told you, this guy never falls through when it comes to a nouns.
Well, getting taxis everywhere, I have to use it.
That's right. Always gotta wait for the light. So we're waiting for the light. 신호 기다리고 있어요. Okay, so we'll kick off the expressions of the day, and this is one that, as an Englishman, you better be familiar with for your country's sake.
What's that then?
I hope that you know the word for, and God forgive me, I'm gonna call it soccer. Simon American.
You can call it soccer.
We're good on that, right? The
Yeah.
Brits invented that term originally.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
We
you
did.
did. Okay, so you're not one of the bad ones who's gonna get mad at me for calling it soccer.
No.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it was a term that the British folks coined originally in the first place, but the question of the day is, what is it in Korean?
In Korean?
Yes.
Chukku.
Chukku, that's right. Bravo. King of the nouns. I knew we could
Yes.
count on you. And another one that's really important in Korea is 응원해요. Have you ever heard that?
No.
응원하러 나왔어요. 응원하러 나왔어요.
What does it mean?
Cheer. To cheer on your team.
Yeah.
Right. So to come out here and cheer as a group, in community, in concert. So that's 응원해요. I came out to support the team, to cheer for the team. And one other one is root for the team, right? Root for the team. I'm rooting for this guy to walk past the camera right now. Go, man, you can do it. You can do it. All right, he did it.
You did it.
Go team.
You did it well.
Did it well. You got it done.
Yeah.
All right, so in the last lesson at Cheonggyecheon, or Cheonggye Stream, we learned walking with friends, or walking with a friend. You know friend, right?
Friend, Kingu.
That's right. See, I told you, king of the nouns. How about walking? That's a little tough. I know it's a verb, so you won't get it, but I know. I knew it naturally. So 산책해요. That was going for a walk, or 걸어요. We're walking. But another word that I think you'll know about. How about that one? See the wall there? That is a pharmacy.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Yaku.
Well, it is written there. So in humongous letters, but it's a good one to know. How about restaurant? There's a classy restaurant right there. What's that? 식당. Good. 식당. And okay, so on the sign, if you look at the sign behind us, it says 사주, 타로, and 궁합. Now you probably recognize one of those words if you think about it, tarot or tarot. Those are the cards, right? Fortune-telling cards. 사주 is a kind of horoscope, similar to astrology. I'm not a big expert on this, so I don't want to make any statements, but it's kind of like a horoscope. And it's based on when you were born, what time of day you were born, and stuff like that. That's what they use to read your horoscope. And 궁합 is a particular kind of astrology where you go and look at both the horoscope for both parties and determine if you would make a good couple, if you would make, if your future is filled with a peaceful marital life. These people are waiting for the bus, so 버스 기다리고 있어요. Waiting is 기다리다, so 버스를 기다리고 있다는 말이에요. Okay, so the word for a small alleyway like this in Korean is 골목. So now we're standing in a small alley. 좁은 means narrow, so 좁은 골목에 서 있어요. We're standing now in a small or narrow alley. right, Ben, how about this? You know what that means? Kumyon is what it says. Have any ideas?
No smoking.
Exactly. No smoking, and it conveniently has a cigarette placed on top of it. That's ironic. Then this part down here, I don't know what the first part says. Wiban shi. So in the instance that somebody infringes upon this, something will be levied upon them. What do you think that might be?
Fine.
Since you're an expert on this, how many times have you paid this particular fine?
Well, I've paid it once, but I've been
Got busted
3 times. So I've only paid it once.
You scrolled your way out of it the other 2 times. Well, he negotiated his way out of it. So, 5만 원 means 50,000 won. 5만 원, 50,000 won. And 과태료 is a fine. Also, 벌금 is another way of saying that. And this, 부과됩니다, will be levied upon thee. Sounds like Samuel L. Jackson. One fun thing to do in Gangnam is check out the cool architecture. When I first got here, when I first came to Korea 12 years ago, most of these buildings weren't around. And the buildings that were here were pretty plain. But in the last few years, a lot of interesting things have happened in the city architecturally. The word for architecture in Korean is 건축. 건축. And the word we learned for building before, do you remember what it was? 건물. 건물. So if you wanted to say it has interesting architecture, you could say 건물, 건축이 예뻐요. Or 독특해요. Interesting. The architecture is interesting. Okay, I don't know if you remember, but the word for waterfall we learned in the first series. The first episode of the show was... Anybody remember? Hopeful. Hopeful. That's how you say waterfall. This one, obviously an artificial waterfall, not a natural one. But if you look behind me, you'll see the word 문고 written on the bridge. 문고 is one word for bookstore. Another one that's used more commonly is 서점. 문고, also 서점, and another one is 책방. So those are 3 ways of saying the same thing. In the last word, 책방, you may have picked out 2 familiar words there. One is 방, which means room or place, and 책 means book. So check is pretty much pronounced like in English, writing a check. Or did you check the laundry? Did you check? It's kind of pronounced that way. So check means book in Korean. Okay, so here we are back together again in the same frame. The logistics of it were tough. We tried to work it out as best we could.
I think we got it.
We think we got it. We hope we got it. So we're gonna have our review time in just a second. But before that, this is a hot spot for drinking and hanging out with your friends. So Ben, do you know the word in Korean for hanging out, drinking? I know you're weak with verbs, but I just wanted to give you a chance.
No, I don't.
No, it's 놀다 is the infinitive form.
놀다?
Yeah, you've heard of 놀아요, right?
Yes.
놀아요. You probably heard that a lot. So if somebody wants to say, I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm partying with my friends, I'm drinking, I'm clubbing, all of that in Korean goes under the umbrella of 놀아요. So, you want to give that a try?
놀아요?
놀아요, right.
놀아요?
And if you wanted to say I am, you would say 나 놀고 있어요. 나 놀아요. I'm hanging out. It could be hanging out. It could be getting drunk. It could be partying. It could be clubbing. 놀러 가요 is heading out to party. Going out to party. 놀러 가요.
놀러 가요?
Good, good.
놀러
You make it
가요?
like a question. Like you're asking me?
놀러 가요?
Yes. 놀러 가요. Yes, we are going to hang out. As soon as we're done, just hold on for a few more minutes.
Alright. Trying.
You're trying. Okay, now let's do our review. So why don't you hit us with the 2 words you taught us?
담배?
담배, right? Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. And 축구.
축구, right.
축구.
Cigarettes, so you graced us with cigarettes, soccer, alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, I think that covered
your
my
bases.
main interest.
All right. Interest, by the way, is 관심사. So things that I'm interested in or interest. No being invaded here, so we better wrap this up. The 2 things I will review were check, which is book. Check. So check bio means I'm reading a book or looking at a book. And what else is it gonna do? Bread. Bread. Uh-oh.
Bread?
A lot of people invading our personal space at the moment. Yeah, so bread was bang.
Bang.
Bang. And the important thing is to explode with that B. You can't just say bang. Gotta hit it with bang. Good. All right. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by the show. And next time we'll check out even cooler spots and learn some more words together. See you next time. Bye-bye.